Hey Marcus, how you doing? It's
Pretty good.
taken a long time for you to get back to me.
Well, you know, Anthony, I've been doing a lot of networking these days.
Oh, wow.
But by the way, what does networking have to do with spinal analysis?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because network has got to be one of the most amazing things that's happened to chiropractic. Whereas you remember, Marcus, we're chiropractors to begin with. But what we've done is we've networked a whole bunch of different chiropractic techniques in one approach that delivers the most amazing result to the spine. And one of that is the spinal wave process. And that's a really unique network, and I'd like to show it to you.
A spinal wave?
A spinal wave, yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm examining a colleague of mine, Dr. Jeff here, and we're just checking his spine out. And as any chiropractor does, we're looking for blocks in the spine. And there can be blocks in the neck, blocks in the upper back, lower back, and a block is when a vertebrae is very tight, tense, or it's misaligned. It's putting pressure on nerves, and that's blocking vitality in the body. Unfortunately, 90% of Canadians have these and never, ever had it properly examined. So what I'm going to do with Jeff, I'm going to get him on his stomach. So I'm just having a good look at his spine here. And I'm feeling there's some restrictions down in here in the sacrum. There are some restrictions right up here in the upper back, a little bit up in the neck area. And that tells me there's a bit of stress and tension in his body. And so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to try to get this part of his spine in here to relax and let go, literally to align itself. And as it aligns itself, it opens up the wave and the nerve energy down into his legs and moves him right up his back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch it very lightly, like you see here with my fingertips, very, very gently, touching it so lightly. And what's happening, his body already starts to respond. And if you look closely at what's happening, there's a relaxation response, but that's actually a wave. And it's moving up right through his spine. And I'm just going to, there it is, right there. So what it's creating centrally an alignment right up his spine and nervous system, correcting a lot of the blocks in the spine. It's like a micro massage that's going on right through the spine and nervous system. And I'm going to just do a little bit more here. Very, very light pressure right down on the sacrum. Very, very light. I'm going to get him to push up into my hand just to help augment that. There it is, and that waves right up his spine, right up through here, moves it right up into the neck. Isn't that awesome?
How soon does someone progress to be able to do this wave?
Well, it all depends on the person and the internal flexibility of their body and nervous system. Some people develop these almost from get-go. And some people take a while to develop this type of wave, but everybody develops a wave of some sort. Almost from the very beginning, you will see that there's wave patterns developing in the body.
So you don't actually manipulate or do all those weird things that the chiropractors do?
Right now, if this neck is literally correcting itself, it's moving wave energy right up and through there, it's correcting itself. I'll come back to that in a couple of minutes, but that might be fully corrected on its own, and I don't have to do the adjustment. It's done it on its own.
So this is the spinal wave.
That's a spinal wave. Now the reason why this is so important, I want to make it known to those of you who are listening, the reason why this is so important is that it's teaching the body how to correct itself. It's looking in on itself and it's correcting itself, and once the body learns that, it holds that in memory. So what the body is doing is retraining, regrouping itself to hold itself aligned. Instead of having an exterior agent align it, the body's learning to align it on its own, and that's what makes it a big difference. And that creates a lot of holding power to the spine.
Wow. So how often does someone have to see you to get this done?
We have different levels of care. And depending on the level of care a person chooses, it varies with the type of care we give.
Okay.
All right.
How do we get in touch with you? How do we network with you?
Well, you can check me online, www.networkcarecenter.com. That's the best place to start. You can also check with our association, the associationfornetworkcare.com.
Great. Well, I'll definitely get back to you.
All right.